Hi everyone, today is Wednesday, the 21st of December 2016. Now, before we start this video, I'd like to issue a warning that this video will contain spoilers of The Man in the High Castle Season 2. So if you don't want to hear them, please turn this video off now, because I'm sorry, but it's necessary for the content of this video. So you've had your chance to turn off the video. But without further ado, let's begin. So first of all, in the final episode of season 2, I'm talking about episode 10 here. Basically, it does a flashback to when John Smith was part of the US military, and it shows Washington being destroyed by a bomb. Like a nuclear bomb, basically. So, is this actually Illuminati Freemason symbolism? Is it actually saying, oh, something like this is going to happen in real life? Is that what it's saying? For those who don't know, Smith is another name for Satan. See, Satan starts with an S, just like Smith does. But did you notice how John Smith went from being a US military officer to being a Nazi? Just like in Star Wars, Grand Moff Tarkin, he starts off being part of the Republic, and then he becomes evil and he becomes part of the Empire. So this guy, Grand Moff Tarkin, he goes from being good to bad, just like John Smith in Man in the High Castle. He goes from being good to bad as well. But this John Smith character is morally conflicted. But, I mean, they must have always had that evilness in them. They must have always had it there, somewhere. Even if they buried it deep inside their consciousness to only unleash it at a certain point in time. See SS, just like Suicide Squad. So, SS. The S is for Satan. So, there's also another character called John Smith in Pocahontas. Notice how he looks like your typical Nazi Aryan, with the blonde hair and blue eyes. So, in Hollyoaks, this character, Ellie Nightingale, cut off her hair in a recent episode. Just like Juliana Crane cut off her hair in a recent episode of Man in the High Castle. Because Juliana Crane and the actress who plays her, Alexa Davalos, they both represent this heavenly woman of Revelation 12. Same with Ellie Nightingale and the actress who plays her, Sophie Borley. They both represent this heavenly woman of Revelation 12 as well. Yeah. So, when Juliana left to go to the neutral zone, it represents her leaving to go to heaven. Basically, right? You see this one person called George Dixon. Just like you have Dixon of Dot Green. And Dixons, see? See the red for Satan right there? And then the green for Islam. and the police rising up with martial law. And that is why the Russian ambassador was shot by a police officer, see? This is an act of war. Just like this whole Berlin attack was also an act of war. Just like the act of war that was shown in The Man in the High Castle. That was basically a lie. Because the Nazis made out that the Japanese poisoned Hitler. And that wasn't true, that was a lie. Just an excuse to start a war with them. But the difference is, these real life attacks weren't a lie, they really happened. So, don't you think it's a bit weird that a Berlin attack happens around the same time that season 2 of Man in the High Castle drops? Surely it can't just be a coincidence. Like, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. But, I mean, yeah, see this guy's called George. Just like you have George Washington. See? Both George Washington and George Dixon are both to do with America. See this right here? In the Berlin attack, 9 people had died. Just like 9/11 and Revelation 9:1. And see the 50 for the 5th age of the Bible coming. When the 5th angel comes, and when the 5th trumpet sounds. Thank you very much, everybody. I'll see you all at the wedding feast of the Lamb, and keep faith in Jesus Christ and God. For those who don't know, the 5th angel is Satan. That 5 can sometimes be seen as an S for Satan. Also, some final things to point out. Here it says 12 dead, just like Revelation 12. See Revelation 12 right there with this woman. But also, right, don't you think it's a bit weird that twin towers, like both of those words have a T in them? Just like terror has a T in it, see? That's a bit weird, isn't it?